All right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's cut right to the chase. We're going to start with Volume 8. Have this interesting cover here with the dominoes and the carousel horses. So, kind of a whimsical vibe to start things off. All right. So, we start out November the 5th, 1998, at the Ear. Hello, Mr. Etheridge. Working late then? I don't suppose you've seen Mr. Finch today at all? Haven't seen Eric since he came over for dinner with Mrs. Etheridge and myself last Tuesday. Nothing wrong, I hope. Something just came up. Pharmacy called to say they'd misplaced the records for some toxic chemicals he'd requested 2 months back. They wanted to verify what he'd taken. Now I can't find him. He's been a bit depressed lately about the terrorist cases. Just sits and reads all the time. People I've never heard of. Someone called Kussler, that Arthur Kessler. He was the president of something called Exit, a group that used to campaign for the right to die with dignity. He kills himself, if I remember. So anyway, how is the terrorist case coming along? Oh well, there was that trouble earlier in the year, but since then, dead silence. So book 3, The Land of Do As You Please. This is the prologue. If you recall, Inspector Finch had purchased or had requested some sort of chemicals from the tox screen, the hazmat people, I guess. Okay. V, these are some things that I moved out of my room. I don't need them anymore. Spring cleaning, Evie, in November? No, I just felt like throwing out everything that wasn't necessary. Do you ever feel like that? Oh, yes, all the time. V, yes. Something's going on, isn't it? You're going to do something. Don't you worry, Evie. You know what they say? It'll all be over by Christmas. The ending is nearer than you think, and it's already written. All we have to do is choose the correct moment to begin. And then it has him sitting here with this like composer's stand, which is a pretty beautiful metaphor, really. Like he's orchestrating everything. Okay. Fate, massive fate, remote fate, uncaring fate. It is said there is no question that can be formulated that you cannot answer. Tell me this, then. Am I loved? Not feared, not respected, loved. You said, I love you. I saw you say it. Unless it was some fluke of the circuit, some trick of the eye, unless I am going mad, please, please give me a sign. And then here's your sign, right? He's pointing at the ear here. I guess that's the tower, right? And as soon as he points, kablooey. All right. Oh my God, you aren't Finch's man. What happened here? We were just... Sorry, you aren't you Finch's man? What happened here? We were just arriving when we heard the explosion. Mr. Hire? Mom, I was just coming out of the building. Mr. Etheridge, sir, he's working late. Etheridge? What, is he hurt? He's dead, sir. Oh, God, I think I'm going to be sick. Ugh, Conrad, what's going on? You just ran off and left me. There's been a bomb in the tower. The eye and the ear, they're both crippled. I got to get in touch with the leader straight away. Half London heard that bang. The mouth will have to issue a statement. Another scheduled demolition? Who's going to believe it after the Houses of Parliament, the Old Bailey? What can they possibly say? I don't know. Anything. At a time like this, anything is better than silence. Oh, really? Careful what you wish for, right? And there goes the other one. Okay. Mr. Creedy on screen 2. Mr. Hare on screen 4, leader. Can't it wait? I'm sorry, leader. Nothing. I'm sorry, wait. Why is it saying nothing? Nothing. Put Creedy on, have Hare hold for a minute. Leader, it's Jordan Tower. He's blown it up. And the old post office tower as well. The eye and the ear are out of action. Blind and deaf and unable to speak. Get mobile transmitters out on the streets at once. There must be no panic, even if we cannot immediately broadcast our reassurances to the people. That's just it, leader. We can't broadcast immediately, but someone already else is. Listen to this. Good evening, London. This is the voice of fate. And then another interesting image of the conducting here. Beautiful metaphor, the conductor. Almost 400 years ago tonight, a great citizen made a most significant contribution to our common culture. Of course, he's talking about Guy Fawkes here, which, as I've mentioned, the politics of the Guy Fawkes thing are a little sketchy, but it's okay. It's a comic book. It was a contribution forged in stealth and silence and secrecy, although it is best remembered in noise and bright light. To commemorate this most glorious of evenings, Her Majesty's government is pleased to return the rights of secrecy and privacy to you, its loyal citizens. For 3 days, your movements will not be watched, your conversations will not be listened to, and do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. God bless you, and good night. He bows in the prologue. Okay. Things are getting interesting. All right, so we have November the 6th, 1998. This little girl, no telly. What, no radio neither? Well, that's bloody marvelous. Here's me paying license money, and hearing about you said he bombed the GPO tower as well. Does that mean they can't? Bollocks. And she says none of these microphones are working either. Won't seem the same. Used to like the way them little cameras went back and forwards and backwards still. I suppose that's what they call progress, eh? All right, so the little girl is like looking at the sign, and her sort of little side story here is more important than you think. So anyway, when we heard the cameras were off, we walked home suddenly and says nobody's watching. How about it? Bloody cheek thinks we can do whatever he likes. Although I suppose. Bollocks. Haha. Bollocks, Mr. Susan. Bollocks, fate. Bollocks, our dad. Bollocks, Miss Platt at the school. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. That's a British, I guess it's a swear word. We don't use it, so I may need to clarify there. Terrorist. What done it? Evil man, but very clever. What they call an evil genius. Ought to have a proper name. The Panther, the Fox, the Ripper. These were proper names, not effing initials. Still, you gotta hand it to him. He's taken it. He's taken away the voice of fate. How shall I fill the gap it leaves? How shall my country fill the silence? So what he's done is he's basically taken away their ability to watch their citizenry and given them permission to do whatever they want, which we know that the reason we have laws is so people don't do whatever they want, at least in theory. So he's created a situation of chaos. Well, the people haven't had so much to say so far, leader. Things are quiet, although it's early. Yet some reinforcements might be a good idea, just in case. My problem is with Bunny, Mr. Etheridge being buried immediately. Some officers have requested funeral leave. I don't like granting it, situation being what it is, but obviously upset Mrs. Etheridge, nobody turning up. The other problem is Mr. Finch. He's been acting funny, absent for 2 days. No criticism intended, leader, but perhaps directing the nose is a job, I love you, for a younger man, and I'm sorry, leader. Did you say something? No, I don't think so. Send Mrs. Etheridge some flowers with my apologies. Cancel all police leave and double the manpower on the streets. Oh, yes, and looters ought to be shot. That would be all, Mr. Creedy. England prevails. So the leader is snapping a little bit. We can see his experience where the fake computer told him that it was in love with him has gone to his head. Oh, great. Here we go. Some Cockney for you. Or no, this guy's eating bangers and mash. Okay, hold on. Nim Glifgor, what about these bangers? No, Choff, I believe in law and order, but black market or not, if I hadn't taken advantage of the offer, some other bugger would have. Hey, pass the ketchup, eh? To your homes and remain calm. Nothing is happening. The situation is under control, and citizens are advised to carry on their business precisely as normal. I repeat. All right. Hello. I'd like to buy a gun. Okay, so Mrs. Almond is buying a gun. Oh, yeah? What, you want to buy a shooter, eh? Well, I'm sure I don't know why you're asking me. I'm out for a bevy, you know. I'm not into all this gangster shite. I've got money. I've heard you were the person to ask, and this seemed like the best time, when the monitors are off. Aye, well enough, but I'm not convinced you're the shooter type, know what I mean? What are you wanting to shoot? Nobody. I just want protection. Things are so threatening lately. What, you're wanting's a man about a place we girls shouldn't frig with the bloody cannons? It's not a woman's game. I've got 400 pounds. I can give you half now, and the rest when, shh, not so loud, for Christ's sakes. 400 quid, eh? And you're just wanting to protect yourself? Yes. Well, meet us around back in closing time, and I'll see what I can do. I hope you know how to handle one of these things, missus. It's no pop gun, you know what I'm saying? Makes an awfully big bang. You won't tell you how to tell you're holding one, you'll see. I'll be seeing later then. Bye for now. Okay. Cockney accent is the most frustrating thing to read in the world. Okay. Bang. All right. She's like holding her fingers. I don't know. Is she training for the big moment? Happening over East Finchley tonight. What I heard is that nobody as bird got fingered over the beans. Only shot the poor cow, didn't they? So like everybody's all tooled up and just as she was a pack. Well, they've had it. They come around here tonight and they're going to get the kick in the head, a big kick. It does not do to rely too much on silent majorities, Evie, for silence is a fragile thing. One loud noise and it's gone. But the people are so cowed and disorganized, a few might take the opportunity to protest, but it'll just be a voice crying in the wilderness. Noise is relative to the silence preceding it. The more absolute the hush, the more shocking the thunderclap. Our masters had not heard the people's voice for generations, Evie, and it is much, much louder than they care to remember. And then this image right here of like the person screaming. So what he's done is he's created a situation of anarchy, right? And now the anarchy, it's like the purge almost. These people are just going to go crazy. Finger wagon, Victor Charlie Niner, request assistance, crouch end. Can't follow them into Brixton. Half the men need collar jabs. And urgently request. Before looters reach Deptford Mosses, we need 2 more cars and Green Park. Most people indoors, but a crowd forming in Kings Road area. Send urgency. Send Regency? Urgency to all cars in Tottenham area. For fuck's sake, man, get us back. Get some backup here. I guess that we're missing a couple of letters there. What's that? A late 70s radio cassette. You can tune them into the police band. Even a broadcasting blackout. Protesting the executions. If we charge, they might recommend tear gas or Victor Charlie Niner. Come in, please. The old Broadwater farm estate. Tell Mr. Creedy there's fires. All this riot, this uproar, V. Is this anarchy? Is this the land of do as you please? Please respond. Please, Victor Charlie Niner. No. This is only the land of take what you want. Anarchy means without leaders, not without order. With anarchy comes an age of ordering, of true order, which is to say voluntary order. This age of ordering will begin when the mad and incoherent cycle of verwhirling that these bulletins reveal has run its course. This is not anarchy, Evie. This is chaos. So V is a representative of anarchy as an ideology. And when we hear anarchy, when you ask most people what anarchy is, their answer is usually chaos. And I personally think that's not a bad answer, given that we've never seen anything but chaos arise from propositions of anarchy. But the idea that human beings could one day reach a point where they could become self-governing. When I ask you, is this a valuable text? Really, what I'm asking you is to put that idea to the test. Because we know that having leaders comes with all of these catch-22s about power and about subjugation and about not being able to live our lives the way we want. But what is the alternative? Is there an alternative? Does this piece actually propose something that's viable, or is it really just a fantasy, right? Another superhero story. Oh, look, here's a quote for you that you'll all recognize. How did Yeats put it? Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the sinner cannot hold. And then the next line we know is mere anarchy is loose upon the world. The riots will stop, communications will resume. Let England briefly mind itself after my toil. I am entitled to some tenderness. I gazed entranced into your eye, luminous fingers stroked my face. From your world of pure math you touch me in the solid and encumbering place. Too fast to register, double exposed by memory, images race across your glass, matching my pulse, accelerating. A hanging. Went by so quickly. Letters, words, a stadium, crowd, shaved Asian women herded through the showers. Oh God, I'm burning shops. A chimp convulsed by shocks. The feelings wipe my screens. Oh God, my fate. Oh, my love, my love. And then he says, mere anarchy is loose on the world. There's the line from V. Okay. Involuntary order breeds dissatisfaction, mother of disorder, parent of the guillotine. Authoritarian societies are like formation skating. intricate, mechanically precise, and above all, precarious. Beneath civilization's fragile crust, cold chaos churns. And there are places where this ice is treacherously thin. You're under arrest. Ah, nah, I'm only kidding. Oh God, you. Look, I've got the money. Did you get the thing like I asked to defend myself with? Oh, aye. This'll defend you right enough. This'll defend someone's innards into the gutter. I advise you to get home quick, and if you're searched, I've never seen you in my life. No, I understand. I'll take it straight home. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So she's bought the gun. What's she going to do with it, I wonder? Hello, ally. Thought it was a little time we had a chin and wag. Mr. Creedy, Luke, I'm not aware of having done anything to upset the... What a load of bollocks. There's GBH, armed robbery, probably a murder or two. You're quite a lad, actually. Luke, come on, let's break it, eh? A break? A break? I'm going to give you more than a break, me old son. I'm going to give you a job. It's these riots, ally. The finger's stretched a bit thin at present, and I've been authorized to hire some extra muscle. Just find me a few dozen hard cases looking for a night's work. Cash in hand. There'll be a commission for you, obviously. You think you can do that? Well, great stuff, ally, great stuff. Welcome to the side of law and order. Authority, when first detecting chaos at its heels, will still entertain the vilest schemes to save its orderly facade. But always order without justice, without love or liberty, which cannot long postpone their word's descent to pandemonium. Authority allows two roles, the torturer and the tortured, twists people into joyless mannequins that fear and hate, while culture plunges into the abyss. Authority deforms the rearing of their children, makes a cockfight of their love. All right, Conrad, that's enough. Get me a towel. When did the leader authorize Creedy to recruit a goon squad? Late this afternoon. Do you want your rose, Helen? Your robe. Sorry, I said rose. No. Doesn't Susan realize that Creedy's only waiting for him to crack completely before moving in with his private army and staging a coup? The leader may just be under strain. Balls, Conrad. His mind's disintegrating, and when it goes, I want you in the #1 seat and not the secondary, okay? Secondary school, oik, Creedy. I suppose, not that secondary school, oik, Creedy. I suppose I shall have to do everything as usual. You know, you're quite a successful young man, comrade. If your success wasn't entirely due to my efforts, I might even fancy you. Now I've got things to organize in the morning, so I'm going to bed. I expect I shall be asleep when you come up. No, you won't be needing the light on in here, will you? Authorities collapse sends cracks through the bedroom, boardroom, church, and school alike. It's all misrule. Equality and freedom are not luxuries to lightly cast aside. Without them, order cannot long endure before approaching depths beyond imagining. V, wait a minute. We haven't been down here before. Where are we going? Do you have something hidden down here? V, answer me. Hello, this is London, 648732. Eric Finch speaking. I'm not in at the moment, but if you leave your name and number after the tone, I'll get back to you. Hello? Hello, this is Dominique again. Listen, just get in touch, please. There's problems with Mr. Susan and Mr. Creedy. I can't say much on the phone. It's all coming to bits, Mr. Finch. I don't know what I should do. Well, that's all, I suppose. Goodbye. Take care. V. Come on, V. I'm waiting for an answer. Where? This is my secret love nest, Evie. I'm taking you to meet my mistress. Your what? It is a tangled and unhappy tale of hearts betrayed and loyalties misplaced. It was not I that strayed. My love was justice, and, infatuated with her truth and loveliness, I worshipped her, until behind my back she took up with a man who violated and abused her, someone fierce and brutal with burned children on his breath. He changed her. She acquired a taste for leather chains and whips. The justice that I loved was gone, who had such kindly eyes, who took such small and careful steps. Transformed, she glared through narrow slits and ground good men beneath her vicious heel. Imagine when I learned of her affair, my anger and my shame, to think how they'd mock all that I loved, my justice and her bestial swain, cavorting in their blood-stained sheets. Still, all in love and war is fair, they say, this being both, and turning about's fair play. Though I must bear a cuckold's horns, they're not a crown that I shall bear alone. You see, my rival, though inclined to roam, possessed at the home a wife that he adored. He'll rue his promiscuity, the rogue who stole my only love, when he's informed how many years it's been since I first bedded his. So the implication here is that V is inside the computer. And that's like a big reveal, right? Oh my gosh, he's been behind the whole thing. The Nose, November 7th, 1998. Roses are red, violets are blue. Everything's possible, nothing is true. They're like little love notes. Who issued them? Learning that's your department. My civilian auxiliary lads found them various layabouts they rounded up this morning. I love the rain, I love the moon, I love the wind and stars. Work of a nutcase. Country's going barmy. You know, there's food riots in Manchester over a bloody computer error. I'd love to visit you quite soon and kiss you through the bars. What's it mean? It means trouble, son. Times like this, bloke needs to know who his friends are. Take you now, acting head of the Nose since Baldy disappeared. Dodgy position. Things around here could change overnight. Overnight! Of course, the leader's marvelous, but, well, if anything happened, who'd fill the void? I have to consider these things, eh? You know, I never cottoned to Finch, but I could cotton to you. Maybe our departments could operate more in the future, perhaps. I love you, but why must you love the law? 'Tis plain for all to see that she's a whore. That virtuous persons have no need to woo, the villain's screw, then studiously ignore. Ha! Quite funny, that. Can you find your own way out? Chapter 3, Various Valentines. And here he is stacking the dominoes. Dominoes is another powerful metaphor. All right. Organizing a protest, eh? The shootings, eh? Ah, well, sling the little gobshite in the wagon with the rest of them, and can you see I'm on my lunch break? Morning, ally. Keeping bushy. Let's dawdle all this money for damaging some poor bastard and teaching other measures in the strep search. You coppers is clever bastards, keeping these numbers to yourself. Ah, well, play your cards right. Your lads could have regular work here. I like your style. And with things the way they are, a little forced auxiliary work could come in very handy. Say, for example, I offered 400 a week. I mean, for that, I'd want your guaranteed loyalty if push comes to shove. Understand what I'm saying? I think I might have an inkling. Well, think on. I could promise good prospects in any system that might develop, you know, if push come to shove. See, things are precarious. Apparently, they've had power failures in Liverpool. If that happened here. And I, brother, 400 quid. You have my full support. Now, if you excuse me, off already. Not pushing others' business hopes. Business interests, I hope. Nah, let's. It's just there's. I can't. God, this Cockney accent. Listen, I found some more of the letters. You better have them take a look at. Okay. See you later, all right? So he's hiring basically a group of thugs to help him stage a coup against the leader, Mr. Creedy. He wants to take over. Okay, so he's stacking the dominoes. Have you guys heard about the revolutionary pigeons? They were caught under a bridge saying, "Coo, coo." Okay. Hello, Mrs. A Goat. I got your message. Sorry I'm late and all that. In the future, you'll be punctual. I don't like waiting. Do you know who I am? You're the missus of that bloke running the eye. And you're running Creedy's civilian auxiliary force. You know he's planning a coup, wants to be the leader. Well, I don't know nothing about any of that. Don't play dumb. This is a straightforward business decision. Creedy wants to be the leader. I want Conrad to be the leader. How much is he paying you? Well, I'm getting 500 at present. Really? I'd have thought 400 maximum. I'm prepared to offer 6 plus an increase in your thug's current wages. You don't press a boat, do you? What's my job? You carry on working for Creedy, drawing his wages but reporting to me. And when the time comes, you remember who you're really working for. Look, I'm not aggravating the Paulus. Creedy's running the finger. Harper, do as I say, and you'll soon be running the finger. Don't worry about Creedy. He's in a hazardous occupation. Look what happened to his predecessor. All right. Derek, you were useless. Then you died. That's all. You died, and I can't sleep at night. You died and left me bare in front of strangers. Derek, when we married, you remember, I was working at the bank, and you were in insurance. We were going to go buy a house in Surin, perhaps, have children. That was in 87, just before the war. And then in 92, you joined the party. Miss Rana next door loaned us food through all the years. When they dragged her and the children off to separate vans, we didn't intervene. And now you're dead, and I walk alone each night through riot zones, past looting, shootings, and burning buildings. Now you're dead, and I crouch like an animal and offer my hindquarters in submission to the world. Now you're dead, and I can't sleep for being scared, for crying, for hating, for thinking, who's done this to me? I can't sleep for wanting justice, wanting all the world to know its unfairness. Can't sleep for the gun beneath my pillow. And then the dominoes again. So the dominoes are being built up as this metaphor for what's about to happen. Okay. To very much. You know, you won't find anywhere to sleep out here. There's no bed and breakfast anymore. Or were you thinking of camping or something like that? Yes, something like that. This is for you, Delia. You more than anybody. I was happy with you, yes. Yes, I was happy with Cynthia and little Paul. But that was 10 years ago. I'd gotten over that. I'm doing this for you, Delia. For the country. Yes, that too. And for me, of course. For me. But you more than anybody. You're the reason I came here. This is where it started. This is where it ends. All right, so Mr. Finch has gone to the Lark Hill concentration camp. So that's where he's been the whole time. V, you're almost finished, aren't you? See for yourself. The pieces are set out before me, perfectly aligned. Complete. One may at least grasp their design, their grand significance. But, almost finished? Yes, I suppose I am. Though recognition's been delayed by its circuitous construction, now the pattern, long congealed, emerges into view. It is not fine, it is not simple and elegant. Is it not fine? Is it not simple and elegant and severe? How strange, after the long exacting toll of preparation, that it takes only the slightest effort and less thought to start this brief, elaborate amusement on its breathless, hurtling race. The merest touch, no more, and everything falls into place. The pieces can't perceive as we the mischief of their arrangement tempts. Those stolid, law-abiding cues, so pregnant with catastrophe, insensible before the waves, so soon released by callous fate, affected most, they understand the least. And understanding, when it comes invariably, arrives too late. Indeed, they'll not know anything's amiss until they're all caught in that terrible momentum, possibly mistaking it at first for bold, decisive action, some last-minute rally to avert disaster, charging to the rescue. But they are not charging, they are falling. There. You see them, standing with their numbers on their blank, indifferent faces, numbering in miniature the ranks of painted wooden men. Poor little things, poor dominoes. Your pretty empire took so long to build. Now, with a snap of history's fingers, down it goes. All right, and then we have the guy coming in here. I know, the terrorist. I know how he's doing this all. First, he knows everything about us and our system, everything. Then, this morning, we find people with subversive poems they claim they received through the post. Leader, he's got us delivering leaflets for him. How? How is he causing blackouts in Merseyside and food riots in Brum? I know it's unthinkable, leader, but there's only one answer. He's got access to fate. He's had access to fate since the beginning. That's how he, leader, what's... And then he flicks the domino, and we see the leader with his hands in his face, crying with the V on the screen here. And there's the V. And that's the end of that volume. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I'm having to change locations in my house real quick because I decided to start recording in the kitchen and my wife is now cooking breakfast. So to avoid the noise pollution, I am moving to another location. Sorry for the delay. All right, there we Okay, so we have this. That's the end, I guess. So we need the next one. Here we go. No, that's the same one. All right, here we go. B for Vendetta. B for Vendetta, Volume 9. All right, Mr. Finch. November 7th, 1998. We're up against someone who isn't normal people, either physically or mentally. It's the mentally bit that bothers me. Because if I'm going to crack this case, and I am, I'm going to have to get right inside his head to think the way he thinks. And that scares me. I said that. I said that a year ago, and nothing's changed. It's still true. I'm still scared. I know so little about this stuff. Couldn't ask without arousing suspicion. Lysergic acid diethylamide. Standard dose is about 200 micrograms. But how do I measure that? They say the tiniest amounts can alter everything, the faintest traces. So this is what Mr. Finch had put in for with like the poisons record. And lysergic diethylamide is it's known as a street drug. It's known as LSD, and it's a very when it was created, it caused a lot of problems in the American society in particular, and it has the ability to alter one's perspective, sometimes permanently, and it can actually, it's a very dangerous thing and can actually leave people in a really bad situation. But there's also the notion that it can alter perspective perhaps for the better, or that it can make you get out of your mind in a way. So that's why Inspector Finch is doing this, and he's chosen to do it at the concentration camp. So this is a very extreme twist for the text to take, and we're going to go through this. It's a very sort of maturely themed issue, and I'm going to preface it by saying that I don't think the text is glorifying the use of the drug, especially because of what happens to Mr. Finch, not only as a consequence of doing this at a concentration camp, but also the permanent lasting effects that are had on his psyche. It sort of turns him into a crazy person, spoiler alert. And this can actually happen in real life and has happened to people. So just want to preface that. Okay. I've never seen the camps before, only photographs. So this is the toilet. We flushed all those people down. 4 tablets. I wonder if that's enough. I wonder if that's too many. Oh well, against my tongue are the little pieces of soap, my saliva tasting of tinfoil, a bubble of apprehension forming low in my stomach. I swallow, feeling as if I'm letting go of something. There. Now I'm strapped in, countdown ticking from bowel to bloodstream to brain towards takeoff. But I've never flown before. What's supposed to happen? Nothing yet. Better take a look around while it's light. These must be the ovens for people ovens. No use. Still can't make it seem real. If I'd known this was happening, I would have still joined the party. Probably. No better alternatives. We couldn't let the chaos after the war continue. Any society's better than that. We needed order, or at least I did. Losing Synth and little Paul like that, everything was disintegrating, and I just wanted to... And he turns around, there were like quartered bodies on the barbed wire. Ugh! I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have taken LSD. Not here. No, you shouldn't have. But it's interesting for your character arc, so we'll take it. But I wanted to know what it's like being him. If it's this place. If I can just get outside the walls until I feel better, no problem. The main gate's back this way. I can't walk that far. My legs feel like jelly and everything's thrumming. It's the drug. I just have to remember it's the drug doing this, but they say LSD only magnifies what's already there. Christ, why did I take this now when I'm so confused anyway? I'm trapped in a job that disturbs me, but I can't tell anyone. I'm so alone. So alone. Oh, look, they're all smiling. They're all happy. God, it's been so long. I've forgotten how rich the color of your skin was. 1,000 special blends of coffee. The girls I saw hugging each other in demonstrations, and the men so gentle, so softly spoken. So these are all the people that were killed by the concentration camp. Oh, Jesus, I've missed you. I've missed your voices and your walk and your food and your clothes and your dyed pink hair. My friends, they're all at the carnival, the gay pride marches. Say you saw beyond my uniform. Please, say you knew I cared. Wait, wait, where are you going? Please, please don't leave me. We treated you so badly, all the hateful things we printed, did, and said. But please, please don't despise us. We were stupid. We were kids. We didn't know. Come back. Oh, please come back. I love you. And it has him just staring at the wall. I love you. Then he looks over, and there's some sort of silhouetted figure in the window, so he runs to see what it is. Oh, Eric, look at you in your pajamas. Go back to bed. I'm just making bacon and eggs to keep your strength up. Delia? Delia, I'm so mixed up. If I could just get things straight. What things? What I'm doing here, what's happening to me. I remember that I came here to find something out, something very vital to various virtues. I was planning to take a drug. A drug? Well, that's what I'm here for. Please roll up your sleeve. As for your emotional problems, perhaps you should talk to the Lilyman. He's our padre. Lilyman? I thought he was a bishop. No, merely a pawn. Now tell me, when did you stop believing in God? But I never said... Don't mollycoddle him, blessed sky pilots. Nothing wrong with a shot of jungle juice won't cure, eh? You're probably right. In my experience, poison solves most life problems. Ironic, because the bishop was poisoned to death. He's finished here, Mr. Prothero. He's yours. Now he's changed into Prothero. What, Delia? They're taking me away? Don't let them. Come on, matey. Don't make me mad. Delia, what about the bacon and eggs? In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Delia, please. You weren't like them. I know you weren't. You had a heart. Please don't let them do this. Delia, are you listening? Oh, no. They're going to put him in room 5. Ugh, how? How did I get here, to this stinking place? My job, my life, my conscience, my prison. The answer's all here written on the floor for me to read, but I don't understand it. And yes, it's just the drugs, but he was drugged too, locked away to die, and he reached some understanding. Why can't I? I look at this mad pattern, but where are the answers? Who imprisoned me here? Who keeps me here? Who can release me? Who's controlling and constraining my life except me? And then the wall blows up. I'm free. Free! Vaulting, veering, vomiting up the values that victimized me, feeling vast, feeling virginal. Was this how he felt? This verve, this vitality, this vision? Notice all of these. And then he gets up to the top. He says, this is in French, la voie, la vérité, la vie. The way, the truth, the life. And it's a quote from the Bible, from Jesus. Here is, this is Stonehenge, which, as you know, is a British monument with its roots in British spirituality. That's existed for quite some time. So it's an interesting site. Now, obviously, this is all a hallucination. He was nowhere near Stonehenge at the time. But it's safe to say that Inspector Finch has had some kind of life-changing revelation that's going to alter his character for the duration of the text. And I really love how this sequence is done. I mean, the transformation here, it's so brutal and powerful in a way. All right. November 7th, 1998, the Shadow Gallery. Every time we say goodbye. You know, that jukebox, it's like waiting in a seaside cafe on a wet weekend. Are you going to do something or just sit out the chaos down here? I die a little. The chaos progresses splendidly without us, Evie. For my part, I rather think the time has come for putting certain things in order. Well, what does that mean? Are we going to do something or not? Every time we say goodbye, do what thou wilt, Evie. That shall be the whole of the law. Quoting Aleister Crowley isn't good enough. It doesn't answer my question. I want to know what thou wilt, V. I want to know what your will is. I wonder why a little... You want me to show you my will? Very well. Very well, then. This way. They allow you to go... Oh, sorry, that's still the radio. The radio's playing. The jukebox, rather. Why does everything need a big demonstration? I asked the simplest question, and it's like Alice in Wonderland. I've been reading for months. I'm smarter now. Couldn't you just try explaining it to me? You asked for knowledge, Evie, and that is what I shall pass on to you. If knowledge, like air, is vital to life, like air, no one should be denied it. Oh, V, come on. You've always kept things mysterious yourself. This place, your plans. If knowledge is like air, you've been suffocating me. Not at all. I've been teaching you to breathe. This way. Regard the air of knowledge here condensed to liquid electricity. The facts of all society are here, centralized herein, a fact that's figured in society's undoing. For I have tapped in their knowledge well. Soon everyone shall drink. You know, I bet even I could work on this computer. Is it really linked to fate? And fate is linked to everything in a bureaucracy. The file cards are reality. Punching new holes, we recreate the world. Oh, are these rooms connected? You must understand that knowledge is not all your heritage. It includes also courage and belief, like hers that we commemorate herein, and romance, always romance. Midst insurrection's clamor, we may easily forget just what it is for which we strive. Isn't it dancing, scented shoulders, pupils widening by desire, or wine? Anarchy must embrace the din of bombs and cannon fire. Yet always must it love sweet music more. But how strange they change from major to minor. No, I still can't get that last bit. Persevere, Evie. Understanding music, we may hear music that is in life, from its first insufficient trills unto its closing minor chords. So let me see. Oh, I get it. Those three rooms upstairs are joined with a piano room below. Indeed. Imagine we were inside your mind, each area with its skills and functions, knowledge, pleasure, creativity. All that remains then is to make proper neural connections. Up here, the higher attributes of reason, love, and culture are contained. Down here, the shadow gallery has eyes. Wait, let me get my bearings. My room's on this level, off the other staircase somewhere over there. Is that right? Unerringly. But come, here's something that you've never seen. Indeed, few men have had the chance to study in their own optic nerves. V, all these TVs, they're working. I thought you'd blacked all the televisions out. Oh no, the monitor cameras are still functioning, but our adversary's broadcasting receiving apparatus isn't. My apparatus, by contrast, works perfectly. Of course, with the state broadcasting blanked out, the only thing I seem to get here are those riot zone soap operas and bad disaster movies. Sometimes I miss Storm Saxon. The dialogue was better. But you can see all London from down here. Naturally, this room's the pinnacle of an inverted hill, which one descends to reach the peak, but once arrived, one can see for miles. Come. Too much television's bad, and you have some homework to do. In here, you'll find books and equipment that will help you make explosives out of coffee, or make psychedelic drugs as cheap as water. Use them wisely, if at all. Unlike TV, we cannot have much of science, despite its nuclear quirks. With science, ideas can germinate within a bed of theory, form, and practice that assists their growth. But we, as gardeners, must beware, for some seeds are the seeds of ruin, and the most iridescent blooms are often the most dangerous. The Rose Room. You know, this place makes me feel funny. It's like that Ray Bradbury story you read with the cornfield. Each ear of corn is somebody's life. Except you can't have a rose for everybody here, can you? Just special people. Is there a rose here for the leader, for Mr. Susan? Oh no, not here. For him I've cultivated a most special rose. Come, let us leave this scented bower. I trust that you will take care of it. You're letting me look after the roses? That'll be nice. Ah, back on the stairwell. Are we going further down? Oh yes. You'll come to know this place in all of its lengths and depths. What's on the next floor? Not so much a floor, but more a mezzanine. There are things stored here that will soon have need of further down. There's but one floor to go. If you could carry one of these small parcels, I'd be grateful, but take care. Sure, what's in them? Gelignite. Gelignite? Oh, Jesus. I'm not helping with any killing. What are you planning to do with it? Dispose of it. After all, as you point out, you won't be needing it. Anarchy wears two faces, both creator and destroyer. Thus, destroyers topple empires, make a canvas of clean rubble, where creators can build a better world. Rubble, once achieved, makes further ruins means irrelevant. Away with our explosives, then. Away with our destroyers. They have no place within our better world. But let us raise a toast to all of our bombers, all of our bastards, most unlovingly and most unforgivable. Let us drink to their health. Then meet with them no more. Oh, it's lovely. It's V. Where did you get? Hush. Please show some reverence. Come, let us be discreet and place the gelignite beneath the lilies. Oh, V, these flowers. These rails. They aren't real gold, are they? I love the way it's painted. It's like a beautiful old barge. What's it for, V? V, I said, what's it for? V, please, you were talking about sharing knowledge, and now you walk off without answering me. You haven't given me any answers at all. I started asking what you were going to do. You asked me to reveal my will, and I have done so. Huh? V, I'm tired of guessing games. I just wanted to know if you were planning to go out or not. No, I have to stay in. I'm waiting. Waiting for what? Not for what, for whom? All right. For whom are you waiting? I'm waiting for the man. If that's another... It is, isn't it? It's another bloody quote. I've heard it on the jukebox. V, I hate this. All our conversations turn into crossword puzzles. I mean, if there's something you want to say, if there's something I should know, surely it's not so bad you can't just give it to me straight. V, are you listening? Look, I'm serious. I give up on the puzzles. I just want to turn the page upside down and read the answers. Well, V, I'm waiting. What are you trying to tell me? You are now leaving London. November 9th, 1998. So we have the Chancellor, the road, the woman, the road, the train car. Here's Mr. Finch. He's walking. Chapter 6, Vectors. So Mr. Finch is coming back into the picture. 9/11/98, 2:30 p.m. Scheduled public appearance to leader restore public calm. They can't be serious about this, can they? From all reports, poor old Susan's absolutely barking. Now what? Now, how was seeing that restore public calm? Only soft interest left. Shit. Of course, everybody's seen it coming for years. All those things he said back when he was still chief constable. Perhaps Strawberry. I bet this idea was Creedy's idea, probably hoping for a riot so he can demand Susan allow him more thugs for his private army. Sweaty little crook. Honestly, how could someone like Creedy hope to run the country? Reopen the football league? Put tits on page 3 of the Party Chronicle? Obviously, no, not now, comrade. For now, you can have a chocolate instead. Open up. There. As for the rest of the box, perhaps when you're leader. Poor Conrad. Hello, Mr. Creedy. You're up about early then. Hello, ally. By heck, the leader's picked a windy old day for his walkabout, eh? Well, that's and the wind that blows the bastard any good, eh? Haha, you might be right, ally. You might be right. I mean, take this paradise. Once the punters see what's supposed to be leading them, I mean, who knows? Careful with that cattle bearer, Sonny. Sorry, sir. I reckon after today they'll be begging for a leader with guts. I tell you, running the fingers got possibilities. I don't know why no one's realized this before. Hang about a minute, eh? Sure, I mean, why didn't my predecessor try something? Fox Bravo 2 Whitetail, clearing to the cross. Confirm Richmond Terrace clear, over. What was he like, Mr. Almond? A bit of a ponce from all accounts. Well, no, he'd consider using my lads for security, that's certain. To stuck up. A very superior man, Mr. Almond. That's what I like about you. I mean, you're no superior, at all. Quite the reverse, in fact. Listen, I gotta piss off. See you later, all right? Right, see you later. All right, here she is. She's getting ready. Look, here it is supposed to be hidden, but you can't see the lens. Every party member's bedroom has one, even his own. And he wonders why I won't let him touch me. Of course, none of his spy cameras are working now. There he sits at work amidst all the fuss of this parade, and his little screens are dead. A blind voyeur. Here they are, Conrad. That's what you're missing. Too bad you can't see them. You have no idea how hard it's been maneuvering into a position where you can take charge. Of course, I'll be making all the real decisions, backed up by your muscle, obviously. I'm going to be like Eva Peron. You know, did you ever see Evita? Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, come on, guess a drag. Don't grab the grass, costs good money. If you want some, you'll have to earn it. This grass. Oh, okay, grass. Oh, I'll earn it all right. I'm very reliable on the job, so they... And then it shows V just like watching. He's amused. They said blind voyeur. He's not really blind. Here's the leader again. Leader, the motorcade is all assembled. We're ready to depart whenever you are, sir. Thank you. I shall come to meet my people in a few moments. There is no need to wait for me. England prevails. I forgive you. Okay, buddy, you're cracking at the seam. It's all right. Wind spins weather vanes. Walking. The happy wanderer. Valdera, it all fits. Think like he thinks. He walked this road before, and did those feet in ancient times, but where? Where did he go? Like a vixen to its lair, like a vole to its hole, a veritable vanishing act, but where? Think like him, full of voodoo, full of vision. What would he do? What would he... Of course. And then he realizes that the hideout is in the train station. So he goes down, chapter 7, Vindication. Laughing, cheering, baying, they at least have not forsaken me. But why can't I feel anything for them? There's only me here, isn't there? I've known since childhood. No one else is real. Just me and God. No boil upon the driver's neck, no stinking leatherette, no crowds. I talked to my creator about inward boys on the estates, and men naked in bed, rubbing together, rubbing, pushing. When I grew weak, we'd talk. I talked to God while colleagues laughed, but I was vindicated. God was real, embodied in a form that I could love. When I first saw her screens, her smooth, unyielding lines, not as a woman with strange sweat and ugly body hair, but something cold, hard, sensual. We loved, my God. Uh, but then she betrayed me. Now there's nothing. Now I'm alone. Except for them waving beyond the glass. I'll try to love them more. They're all I have. Should I wave back? It mustn't look rehearsed or insincere, but instead a gesture from the heart, as spontaneous as their own. They love me. I pass on. England prevails. All right, cut down the embankment to Whitehall and wait for the motorcade with full party faithful down there. And let's have a bit more cheering in these times, eh? All right, so Finch is walking through the train station. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets, and I'll show you something to make you change your mind. So here's like a dummy playing a guitar. So, Mr. Finch, finally we meet. Wave harder. Come on, where's the kids? Has anyone got a flower to give? Yes. Yes, despite my fear, because it's insignificant like everything else about me. Yes, though they'll kill me because if I don't, life means nothing. Yes, because our lives are wasted on your visions and they were all we had. Yes, because I can't bear to do what you've done to us. Yes, because history's moving my legs and nothing can stop me. It's all right. I know her, high party, letting her through will look good. Yes, because your kind led us to hell, and now you say our only hope is sterner leaders. This way, sure he'll appreciate it. Yes, because I'm nearly there and everyone's thinking she must be important, and I'm not, but I will be. Stop. Let me talk to my people. Yes, because if I had a hard word in marriage and valued them, but you didn't. So nice meeting someone. Do shake hands. Yes, because we've met a dozen times before, and my Derek died for you, and God, you don't even remember my face. Please don't be shy. Yes, yes, yes. And she brings out the gun, points it at him, pulls the trigger at the same time that Inspector Finch is looking at V. So there's like this weird parallel between the death of V and the death of the leader. Ah! Okay, so V has been shot. There. Hang on, let me read the bond. There. Did you think to kill me? There's no flesh or blood within this cloak to kill. There's only an idea, and ideas are bulletproof. Farewell. All right. So he leaves, and Finch is like, ugh, pulls the knife out of him. Blood. Flesh and blood. After all, I killed you, you monster. I killed you. All right. So that ends the next volume. Now, actually, because I'm recording this sort of in a hurry, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video right here, and I will do the third volume in a second video, which I'll upload. If the time has run out in class, whoever, I guess it's Maria that's watching, go ahead and let them go, and they can watch the video on their own time. If there's enough time to at least start it, you can go ahead and start it or whatever, and we'll just play it like that. Sorry for the chaos, folks. This having a baby business is pretty nuts. So please look out for video 2, and thanks for coming to class today.